So tonight's movie is a film called Ma. I remember hearing about this movie coming out, but I never actually watched it until tonight. I am supposed to be watching the movie Mirrors, but I didn't have it downloaded like I thought. So I called an audible. Sorry, Andrew. But it's still coming tomorrow. The movie is about a bunch of kids who are just trying to be teenagers and have someone buy them alcohol, and they come across the wrong or the right lady, depending upon how you look at it, named Sue Ann, who volunteers to buy them the alcohol because she remembers she was a kid once upon a time, and that's just what kids do. So she said that she would, as long as they promised not to drink and drive, blah, blah, blah. And then she reports to the authorities that there's kids drinking because they mentioned where they were going to her. And then she shows up again and then it's like, oh, well, follow me. I don't want people to see me giving you the alcohol and you give me the money. And she leads them to her house and she's like, well, I have this big ass basement if you guys just want to hang out here and party. And so they do, because you're like, hey, cool, safe place. I'm not going to get caught. The lady's down with it and makes pizza rolls. So win, win, win. They start calling her Ma because one of the kids makes a comment about that, and that just kind of becomes her nickname. Becomes a little bit attached. That's the word. I was trying to think of the meme with the one girl, and I knew what the meme was, and I knew that it was the word that I needed, but I could not think of the word attached. That's where I'm at in my life now. And so they decide, like, hey, we should actually not go out and drink every night because we're teenagers, and decide to try to do their own thing while Ma's already become attached, and kind of seems like she has a different motive going on. And her rules are, don't use the Lord's name in vain, and don't go upstairs. I didn't know, because like this is what I was doing, but then I looked up at my screen record and noticed that it wasn't like this and this is what I was trying to do, so I just did that until I realized what I was doing. So right away I had a hunch as to what was going on, because when Ma goes upstairs, there's a weird noise, like a couple thudding things going around. So I was like, okay, my guess is, because it also does do a couple flashbacks to like when Ma was a teenager, and it seems like something bad happened to her. And you kind of slowly throughout the movie get the full story of what's happening, or what happened back then. But my guess was somebody did something bad to her and she's just been keeping them hostage and alive in her house this entire time. Wrong. Turns out it's actually her daughter. I don't think it really explains why Ma is keeping her daughter at home, or if it's just because of the hardships that she went through when she was in high school and she didn't want her daughter to go through those, so she's basically poisoning her to where she doesn't go to school, making her think she's really sick when she actually isn't. You kind of start getting the idea that it's a revenge film. Ma is trying to get back at the people who wronged her in high school, and these kids all happen to be the kids of the kids that messed with her in high school. And it's actually kind of really well done. It's a little humorous. It's kind of quirky, but also like kind of unsettling. Oh boy, does it take a left turn that I didn't expect. Spoiler zone. I'm trying to talk a little bit quieter on these videos because I have someone staying here right now, and they're crashing on my couch, and I'm trying to be polite because I stay up all hours of the night. I did not call that ending of that movie. Not even close. And it just kept getting weirder and weirder. Because at first I was kind of like, this isn't really like a horror movie in the traditional sense. This is one of those kind of psychological mess with your head type movies, which is really funny because my little sister just watched the movie Us today, and I thought about doing that tonight because that's a good one. But this had a very similar feel. And the whole like last little scene with Ma where she has everybody and everybody's like drugged basically because of some punch that she gives out to her. She takes a iron. It's just what it's called, right? The thing that you iron with the pss, pss, pss. So she burns that kid with the iron, and I was like, okay, like I don't think that would kill him. And then she goes to the girl Haley, who talks a lot and is making comments about her talking all the time, and maybe this will shut her up. And I was like, oh dear God, please do not rip this girl's teeth out. Oh, that's the worst. And again, didn't call it. She sews her mouth shut, which is just grand. Like, I did not expect that to happen. I did not see that coming. And then there's the other kid. I don't remember his name. Anyways, all she does is just she paints his face white because he's a darker complexioned fellow. And so I thought it was funny that like she like burns one kid, sews another kid's mouth shut, and then literally just a paintbrush with white paint just like oh, okay, that's fair. Just the way that it ends, where she had killed, I believe his name was Ben, her high school crush, effectively, who screwed with her back in the day. So she got back at him by injecting him with animal blood and cutting his arm, which would cause more blood to come out and suck more of the blood in. And then she just crawls into bed with him as the house is burning. And then that's just it, because like she finally got what she wanted. All in all, I was pretty impressed with the movie. I definitely didn't know what to expect, and I definitely did not call 90% of it. It's a really good one. And like I said, there's some humorous elements, like when she kills Mercedes by just plowing over her with her truck and then just starts listening to some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yes, please. 100% yes, please. Especially the songs that temper. I think I'm going to go with a 9 on this one because it's very well done. It keeps you guessing. And I just genuinely had a good time watching this movie. I don't know if it's on any streaming services presently. I had to borrow